Hello, everyone. I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. We are waking up to some rain across a good portion of the area this morning, following a really pleasant day on our Thursday and really the last several days. So we are tracking the rain chances this morning, and that'll continue for a good portion of the day today. But then that'll kind of wind down into the afternoon hours. And then tonight into Saturday morning, we are going to be dealing with widespread fog across the area and maybe dense in some locations. We'll talk about that coming up. But outside of that, once the fog burns off, Saturday through Monday is still looking pretty good and mild outside of a pop-up shower here and there, but those chances are low overall. So despite having high pressure sitting to the northeast this morning, we do have a stationary boundary out to our west and an upper level disturbance passing through. So that's bringing a kind of a band of rain that has been moving through the western and southern parts of the area this morning. Really, Ladysmith and Medford to about Gilman southwest is where the rain has been this morning. And parts of Polk and St. Croix counties as of 7 a.m. have seen radar estimates of up to 2 to 2.5 inches of rain. So that's where the heaviest of the rain has fallen this morning. Certainly this is a lot more rain and a little more widespread than what the data was showing yesterday. But nonetheless, rain is going to be around, as I mentioned, through about early afternoon. And then we should start to see things quiet down a little bit. Other data does suggest that we could have a few isolated showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two through the afternoon. But the HRRR model here is showing nothing. In fact, it's showing clear skies. I don't think we're really going to see that. I think we will at least see some clouds around, but the second half of the day and into tonight, at least the first half of tonight, should be a little bit quieter. But overnight is when we're going to see the clouds potentially not only increase, but also some fog developing as well because of that extra lower level moisture. So be aware of that. But outside of, again, of a pop-up shower or two, as you saw there out to the west, we are looking pretty quiet for our Saturday. Saturday night into Sunday is looking pretty good as well, outside of some patchy fog early Sunday morning. And here's a look at the future visibility. Again, you can see that maybe a little bit of some haze around this evening, but as we get later into the evening, into the overnight hours, you can start to see the fog really start to expand across the area. And not only that, we're going on this side of the scale, so we're getting into that dense territory, which is usually about a half mile to a quarter mile or less. And it is going to be pretty foggy across most of western Wisconsin tomorrow morning. And it may not be until about 9, 10 a.m. before that fog burns off, and then we'll actually see some sunshine for the afternoon. But certainly that is going to cause some issues for traveling. So again, be sure to use those fog lights and those low beam lights if you are going to be traveling tomorrow morning. Again, that's when the visibility is going to be at its worst. Also, be sure to give yourself some extra time, and also be sure to give yourself plenty of distance between you and the other vehicles, as again, the visibility could be down below a quarter of a mile in spots. I would not be surprised if a dense fog advisory did get issued for either parts of the area or the entire area, so just be mindful of that. Dew points the next couple of days, it'll be a little bit muggy today, but over the weekend we'll mostly be in the 50s, so the weekend is going to feel pretty nice. Now it comes up slightly Tuesday ahead of our next system that is looking to bring some rain to the area, and then we are going to be seeing those dew points really drop off towards the end of next week, and a lot of that is because temperatures are going to be dropping as well, and those rain chances are going to start to increase, as I mentioned, Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll iron out those details as we get a little bit closer in time. Hope to have forecast today, highs in the 60s and 70s. Again, depending on how much we clear this afternoon, we could be a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler depending on what you're seeing here, but mostly low to mid 70s for a good portion of the area with 60s to the east, 50s for lows tonight, and then we're going to be mostly about 72 to 78 for tomorrow with that sunshine following the fog burning off. And then on Sunday, and the same thing for Monday too, we'll have highs generally between about 75 and 80 degrees. We'll be about 73 to 79 on Tuesday, 77 for Eau Claire, but look how much we drop into Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the low 60s and lows in the 40s. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the cooler spots only stayed in the 50s and lows even in the 30s. So our first real taste of fall looks to come here again towards Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. In fact, it might be even cooler than what we had here, our first taste of fall, just about a week or so ago.